What's up, guys? It's Coach Reid here. I'm a high-performance volleyball strength and conditioning coach. Today, we're going to be looking at how volleyball players should be landing. Now, this is going to be more complex than you think. I hear from coaches all the time that volleyball players should never be landing on one leg, and that is just simply not true. You have not dug deep enough into the biomechanics of jumping and landing to understand that volleyball players are often forced to land on one leg. In this video, we're going to be dissecting how volleyball players should be landing based on different types of sets and different positions that their body get into, and then we're going to look at 3 single leg exercise that'll help you stabilize your landings even better. Volleyball players can safely land on 1 or 2 legs as long as they have sufficient technique, strength, and stability to decelerate the landings. And now what we're going to look at is some different attacking from different positions and different types of balls and how it influences whether you land on 2 legs or 1 leg. And then we're going to go into 3 exercises so that you can improve your stabilization patterns when you are landing. So we're going to start off analyzing left side attacks. Now, left sides often land left and then right. Taylor almost always lands left and then right and decelerates the movements. But why does this happen? Why does this happen in the left side but not when we hit out of some of the other positions? Well, I'm going to show you why here. There's very specific biomechanic reason. So Taylor's about to hit this ball. You can see he has that shoulder tilt, which is kind of maximizing your reach. When you have that shoulder tilt, you also have a hip tilt, right? That forces you to have your left foot touch the ground first. So it lands left and then right. He also has this counterbalance. You see where he brings this right leg out. So this is common when people or volleyball players are off balance, is they try to create a counterbalance, right? You see this again, he's coming to the outside, he lands left, right, and decelerates the movements. Now you're gonna see the biomechanics really well here. So this is me jumping, I attack. You see my shoulder tilt, I got my hip tilt, my left foot's gonna land first. Okay, and then my right knee goes up. So my right knee going up, that's not like right or wrong. The reason I do that is a counterbalance. The same thing that Taylor did his counterbalance. When you're reaching up really high, I have a lot of forces going that way. So driving my right knee up kind of allows me to control and slow down my body. Now you're going to see Kelsey here from Team USA as well. She lands left and then right. Now this ball's a little bit different than Taylor because this ball is left on this side of her right shoulder. So if it's up here and you have the shoulder tilt, it's going to be a much pronounced left-right. But because she's a little more neutral, just a little shoulder tilt, it's going to be a little less left-right. But you see her counterbalance, she actually keeps that left leg in front of her and a little bit of a right knee drive. It's the same thing. She has a counterbalance. Now, why whenever Taylor Saunders pretty much hits a pipe ball, does he land with 2 feet right on his hips? So very different than when he hits a left side ball. Well, let's look at it. Let's slow it down and look at it a little bit closer here, okay? So when Taylor comes up to hit this ball, you see his shoulders are now neutral, right? This ball's on this side of his right shoulder. His shoulders are neutral instead of being there. Because his shoulders are neutral, his hips are neutral, and because his hips are neutral, it's really easy to land with your feet under your hips. Now let's look at some middle attackers here. So I'm going to go forward a little bit here. Boom. So that shoot set landed left, right. For most of the time when you're hitting shoots, they'll sometimes be left, right if you're off balance. But if you're in a good position in a shoot set, you should be landing with both your feet more often, not at the same time like you see here. For quick sets, middle should almost always be landing with both feet because you don't have the reason when you're in the middle, it's much more controlled, right? Same thing, you're landing with 2 feet right on your hips. You don't have the same amount of shoulder tilt as you do as a left side ball. So this is a great slide mechanic. Same thing with slides. Sometimes you'll see them land, so there's not much shoulder tilt. She lands on 2 feet. If she had more shoulder tilt there, she would have landed on 1 foot. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, it's not wrong or right to land on 1 foot or 2 feet. It's situational and set dependent, right? But it's absolutely important for you to be able to decelerate or absorb those forces when you're landing. This is why it's really critical, important to be doing a lot of single leg strength work and working on dynamic stability on 1 leg. What dynamic stability is just working on landings on 1 leg and working on how to decelerate those forces. And that's what I have for you. I've got 3 single leg exercise for you. They're single leg dynamic stability, so single leg jumping exercise. We're working on absorbing those force. Now, it'd be great for you to choose 1 to 2 of these to put in your workouts at the end of your warm-ups. Anyways, guys, check it out. this exercise called a one leg snap down. So you're learning how to absorb and stabilize the forces when you land on one leg. So I'm going to start high up on my toes. I'm going to snap down and just land on one leg. Now it's very important when I do this, my knee and my toe stay in a straight line. In order to help do that better, what you're going to focus on when you snap down, as soon as you land, you're going to squeeze your abs and glutes. That's kind of helps lock that knee in place. So I snap down. You can see I've got good back posture. My shoulder aligns through my knee and through my midfoot. That's perfect form. So I'm up tall, snap down. As soon as I land, squeeze my abs and glutes. So what you don't want to see is when you land, that knee falling in, that foot rotating in. We want good stability and control. Everything locks into place when you land. Once you get good at that one, you can move to one leg. Now this is pretty challenging. This box might be a little bit too high for you to start off with. Go with something a little bit lower, but you'll lead with one leg and you'll land soft. Toes, heels, and absorb that landing. So one more time, I'll lead with my foot, land. Red, blue, red, orange, white, orange. I really appreciate you guys tuning into my videos. Anyways, guys, I'm here to help educate more volleyball players and coaches on how to train to be high performance. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe below. Also, I have a free speed and agility volleyball program on how to become a faster, more fluid moving volleyball defender. If you want this program, it's totally for free. You can go into the description of the video. There should be a link somewhere there. You'll get a full PDF of the routines and video demos of all the exercise. I wouldn't miss out on that program. Anyways, guys, I will catch you later.